So what I'm looking back at is I'm looking at the canvas that I have to work with. And I'm going to look, but what I want to do is I'm going to do a little trick here so I can see it like I'm looking through a camera, and I'm going to take a photo. And what I'm looking at like right now is the balance of her eyes. So when I look at her eyes, you can see this particular eye here is wider, this one's a little bit more narrow. So a lot of times you'll see that. Nobody's really perfect in regards to what they do. So I want to see that. So why would I do that? That tells me that, release my dear, thank you Katie, that if I take the hair this way, then this is pushing this eye down. What I want to do is take the hair this way, so I actually lift this eye up and give the balance of the eyes to a little bit more. So I'm thinking about that. And also because you're seeing a trend where we're moving to side parts. So we've been in the middle for so long, so the next natural progression would be to go to a side part. So I want to give her the option to do both. So now I'm going to talk to her in terms, tell me, what's the goal with your hair? What's the goal?
A little more volume.
A little more volume. Excellent. Okay, good. And you're okay if we layer your hair? All right. What's the shortest, listen to the questions I'm asking. What's the shortest layer I can cut and you would still be happy? The shortest layer.
Probably around.
Okay.
Right below
All right, so I could take the hair on top and the shortest layer I could take probably would be about eye level there, correct? Right? But I want to maintain all this length. You're okay if I trim the edge a little bit and just kind of clean it up a little bit? Just a little bit. Okay, good. All right. Now, could she wear a fringe? She could wear a fringe, no problem. Okay, why? Can she wear a fringe? Because when I'm looking at her face, 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, so she's really balanced in her facial feature. So you could put a fringe on this. You could take it and tilt it, go to the side. Are you up for a fringe? How do you feel about that? Or do you like to pull your hair back?
I like to have more like curtain.
Okay, good. So remember, this is a client, not a model. So I want to treat this like a client and make this a real salon situation on stage. And that's the best way in regards to educating. Always give them something they can take back to the salon, whether it be a conversation or whether it be the technique and what I'm doing. But I really have to keep her needs in mind. This is about not me satisfying me and doing whatever I want. I think a lot of times that happens in shows where we're saying we're going to do something and then we end up doing something else. I think we need to keep respect in mind when we have these people as clients, okay? Now, let's go profile. Let's take a look at profile. Now what I'm doing is I'm just tucking this, and now I'm just going to look at profile. And once again, I'm going to go just like a camera lens and just zoom in and find out. Great profile. I don't have any issues. But Sam, what do you mean? Well, if the middle third protruded out more, I'd be really concerned about where I'm placing my volume. Because if I place my volume here and the middle area here tends to protrude out more, then I'm just making that expand even more. So I'm really, really fortunate with a beautiful canvas here. Now the texture, let's talk about the texture. The texture is fine, but the density is good. And what I mean is that each fiber has a sense of fineness to it. So this was not a good candidate for a wolf cut. A wolf cut, you gotta have strong texture, strong density for it to control and hold the shape. With this particular fabric, I wanna make it more flowy. I wanna make it a little bit more airy and give her more longer layers, not necessarily short layers. So I'm gonna be working with a technique where I'm actually gonna take the hair, I'll pre-cut this and we'll preset it, but then I'm gonna take the comb, placing my comb in, and I'm gonna twist. And as I twist, now I'm gonna come out and I'll come in sections and I'll go inside with my shear and I'll talk it out. And you're seeing a lot of this now. But the reason I'm gonna twist the section in the comb before I do it is just give it a little bit more movement inside before I cut it, rather than me taking it like this and just twisting and starting to talk it out. So the twist is just gonna give me a little bit more texture when I release that. So that's the technique that I want to sell. So I'm thinking about, as an educator, what do I want to get across to them that's going to be salonable, that they can use, and then also keeping her and making her happy. Now the one thing she said is curtain bangs, okay? Curtain bangs for me, they're on their way out, yet. Let's talk about that. What's happening now is you're seeing a separation in terms of the curtain bangs and then this length. So I don't want to make it true 70s where this has a face frame that does this and it blends. What I want to do is on this, I'm going to really bring the attention to that lower third, and then I'm going to make an angle that's longer down here. And then I'm going to come through and layer it. Then I'll come back through and I'll use my technique of going in and just spinning and getting that texture inside. So now that's going to be my story in terms of what I do. What do you do with your hair on a day-to-day basis, Katie?
Pretty much just a curling iron barrel curl.
Okay, good. And what size barrel do you use? Medium, small, large?
Like a 1.5.
Okay, so she used, good. So that's exactly what I recommend for her, is to use a large barrel iron and just basically going in really randomly and placing it in. So it's not so coiffed and so perfect, which is exactly what I want to do when I create this. Cool? How am I doing?
I love it.
Okay, any questions, concerns, comments, or suggestions from your side?
No, I like your idea of being able to kind of do
Shift it from one side to the other,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
So that's one thing I really want to make a note of. I'm going to make this fringe actually shift from one side to the other. Now, professionally, I'm going to recommend that she shifts it from her left to her right. But it's her hair, she can do whatever she wants. Reason I'm suggesting that is because her particular canvas. And you can see immediately when I do that, how those eyes level out. And when I go this way, you can see how that pushes that eye down more. So just really some hot tips that I wanted to share with you here at America's Beauty Show with my beautiful client, Katie. And wait till you see the end result.